Hey, what's going on, guys? Steve Larrett here with the Steve Larrett team at Vanguard Realty Alliance. Happy gloomy Thursday morning. I wanted to talk to you today real quick about real estate sales, right? Everybody thinks real estate is a sales gig because we sell houses. Sure, why not? But in reality, the only sale that ever really happens in real estate happens at your kitchen table. When you sit down with a realtor, man or woman, whomever, and they convince you, they sell you on the fact that they're the one that you should list with or use to go buy a house. That's the only sale that happens in the whole transaction. Beyond that, it's about negotiating. Sometimes you're selling, but for the most part, you're outwitting, negotiating. It's logistical, it's marketing, it's all of these other things that carry you across the finish line, but it isn't sales. And so here's where things get interesting, right? Everybody that ever gets into real estate is some kind of a sales guy or gal. They have some affinity for this. They like people. They look good in a suit. They can speak somewhat eloquently. So everybody that ever gets into sales, or real estate sales rather, is some kind of a sales guy. But here's the kicker. There's 1.7 million licensed realtors in the United States, okay? Guess how many of them do more than 20 deals a year? Less than 2% do more than 20 deals a year. And 20 deals a year is fewer than 2 deals a month. So less than 2% actually have any idea what they're doing. But all of them, the other 98% that don't have a clue about the work that needs to be done to get you across the finish line, guess what they're really good at? They're probably pretty good at sales. And so they're going to come into your living room because you know a friend of theirs or whatever, or they're your aunt, your uncle, your nephew, whomever, and they're going to sit down with you at the kitchen table and they're going to look good in a suit and they're going to be likable and they're going to sell you that they're the one to use unless you get smart and you interview. You have got to interview multiple agents. You've got to ask them hard questions. How many deals have you done? How many deals did you do last year? How many homes have you sold in this price point? What's your average list to sale ratio? You've got to get forensic on your interviewing process. Otherwise, you very well, in fact, there's a 98% chance that you're going to end up with one of the other 98 percenters who doesn't even do 20 deals a year. That's huge. You imagine if you're hiring a landscaper, right? You want flowers planted, okay? And so you open up Google or Yelp or whatever, where all their friends pile on and say, oh yeah, they did a great job, they're amazing, blah, 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 blah. Anybody can get Yelp reviews. Anybody, right? Hey guys, here's my Yelp thing. Go ahead and review me. It's going to make me look really good. It's fantastic. So you go on. You want flowers planted. You want annuals. You want perennials. You want them to be put in the best spot in your yard and all of that. So you go on and you hire a landscaper. But what percentage of the landscapers really have horticulture degrees and know anything about this? Very few, right? Very few. And so what do you get? You pay a bunch of money for somebody to come out, plant a bunch of flowers that look really good for 2 weeks, and then you come out 2 weeks and a day and they're all dead because they weren't the right kind of flowers for your soil. They weren't placed in the right spots on your yard. You didn't plant them at the right time because these guys are just landscapers. So, moral of the story, don't get caught with your plants down, all right? Interview. You've got to ask tough questions. Don't get caught with somebody who's just a sales guy. They've got to know how to market. They've got to know how to analyze the market. They've got to know how to price. They've got to know how to negotiate. They've got to know all of the logistics that will get you across the finish line and, most importantly, insulate you from risk in order for you to be winning in real estate. Don't get caught with one of the other 98% that just knows how to do that meeting at the kitchen table and make it feel good. Because the rest of it, that's about 1% of real estate. And that's the only sales side of it. So when they're selling real estate, they're just selling you at your kitchen table. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that has to happen to successfully sell your house. So don't get caught with your plants down. Cheers.